Welcome back to the Cruise Dynasty podcast. Back at it again on another Friday night. Just me and the Craft Man tonight, though. What's going on, Craft Man?
Old school, just me, you, and Craig tonight. That's it. He's out doing business, working like some people, some losers out there. They actually, work, but we podcast on Friday night. So,
Yep. I'm just chilling like a villain tonight. Been working all week. Chris been on the road, so. But yep, I think tonight with this episode, we just go hit some news, some stuff going down in the league. Might try to do another episode tonight too as well. But what you think, Craft Man? We're gonna hit the snooze. I guess add the podcast.
yeah.
All that good stuff.
We always forget to do that when Chris ain't here.
Yeah, add the podcast, man. Add us on Twitter, all that good stuff. It'll be in the description, man. Just hit these links, man. All these links to all kinds of stuff. So,
What you think the best site for people to find us at? Like, what's the most popular one we're on? YouTube or Spotify?
I would just keep
Apple.
I would just keep downloading the podcast. Really, is what I would say for now. It's our most efficient source or whatever. Our best. I don't know. But then once we get the YouTube all the way figured out, I'll probably say YouTube at some point. Then people just need to join the Discord. Hop on with us.
Yeah, and we got the website now too.
Yep.
CruiseDynastyPodcast.com.
So
gonna have all our rankings on there.
Yep. Work in progress, but they'll all be up soon. But yeah, shoot, man. That's about it. You ready to just go ahead and just hop on it?
Let's just jump into it like we do.
All right, man. It's Friday, March 10th when we're recording this episode. So stuff has happened since then. We missed it. But today, the number one pick in the NFL draft was traded to the Carolina Panthers. And let's see. They got the number 9 pick, the number 61 pick, a 2024 first, 2025 second. And DJ Moore headed out to Chicago, got a haul. I don't know, man. This kind of reminds me I don't know if you remember that one draft, Carson Wentz and Jared Goff, the Rams and Eagles. I think they were trading hauls.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what this is right here. I mean, I don't know, just a lot to unpack, but what you think, Kraft?
I hate to see our division getting better. I mean, anyone that I ask, I think the Bears won that one. It all depends on if Carolina gets that quarterback and he ends up being great. I think they're going for Stroud, Matt. Who do you think the Panthers are going for?
Man, I'm just going to be honest. I think it's going to be Richardson, Anthony Richardson. People just love falling into that hype, man. They trying to get that Cam Newton 2.0. But we'll see.
I don't know, man.
Stroud makes the most sense to me.
So it's like Bryce Young just because he didn't do the combine, is he like dropping off? And you think he's dropping off in like NFL minds right now? Like,
I think just
or do you think he's just kind of sneaking under the radar?
I think just pencil Bryce Young into Houston. I just think it's a done deal, sealed. Done deal. Everybody knows it. Both sides know it.
Before today, they did. But, I mean, what if you think Carolina has anything for Bryce Young? Or
Nah.
I just don't.
They trade.
You don't.
They trading up to. I don't know. You know how it is. I just think people are buying into this Anthony Richardson hype. Somebody's going to trade up to get it. Panthers been looking for a quarterback. They trying to get that Josh Allen.
Who? I mean, what quarterback going to Carolina and or Houston? Carolina just traded their best receiver. Who's CJ Stroud or Bryce Young gonna throw the ball to next year? I mean, what wide receiver core is worse at this point? Houston's or Carolina's?
Houston's is it's got to be Houston. Houston's is better as of now. At least you got John Mechie might come. Uh, Brandon Cook's still on the books. Just signed Robert Woods today to a 2-year deal. I mean, that's better than
Yeah.
what Carolina got. Carolina got Terrence Marshall Jr. now. I mean, shit,
And
that's about it. I mean,
that's the only one I can even
and
think
he
of
ain't did
on
shit.
Carolina.
So
They're gonna have to. They must have a plan to hit some of these guys in free agency or something, because you can't just bring C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young in there and not at least get just a cheap veteran or something.
yeah,
Because they don't have anything.
I guess at least the division's weak. Got a little bit better with Derek Carr. We'll talk about him in a few. Uh,
Yeah.
what you think about what's this for DJ Moore and Chicago? I think this is good. This is what Chicago needs right here, man. Getting some talent out there at the wide receiver position. I know me and you was saying,
Yeah.
we was on the phone. You was talking about maybe D Hop going over there.
Not anymore.
No, that's over with. That as of 2 hours ago or whenever it was. But yeah,
Yeah.
crazy. I think. What you think though? DJ Moore better? Same situation? Is it worse? Better?
I don't think it's better. I don't. Justin Fields ain't a prolific passer by any means. So, and you got your boy Chase Claypool over there. You got Darnell Mooney still. DJ Moore's talented. I mean, we've all seen it, but I mean, this isn't the best landing spot for him. I think it's more like a lateral move right now. I do think the Bears just killed that trade, though.
Yeah, definitely. I always talk about how the Bears ain't buttoned up, but that was a good move.
It'd be good in real life. I think it definitely helps the Bears more NFL wise than our fantasy.
Yeah.
I don't know how much DJ Moore is going to help us. He'll probably have another 1,000-yard year. He always does. But
What you thinking?
You know,
Will we sell DJ Moore like somebody who's buying into the Justin Fields, DJ Moore hype? Try to ship him off. It's now a good time. What do you?
yeah, I think I would. I think I'd sell him too, because I know you can look at it this way, Matt. And which way do you think? Do you think Justin Fields was running so much, almost 1,200 rushing yards, just taking off because he had no weapons? Or do you think that he's just not a pocket passer and he's not going to develop into one?
Man, I seen Justin Fields make throws, so I believe he can make those. He really did. I mean, DJ Moore, now Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet. I mean, we started to get towards the solid point. I mean, that's a solid wide receiver core right there. They'll probably go get them.
All young too.
Got the number
Every
9
single
pick.
one of them are young.
Shoot, might have to go get Bijan now. Really go run the ball.
You like Khalil Herbert though.
I do like Khalil Herbert, so I don't know.
I think David Montgomery is going to be back.
Think so?
Yeah.
I hadn't really heard too much about him this offseason. So I don't know. They do like him. I'll say that. They've always liked David Montgomery.
From what I've seen, most running backs are kind of staying in their same spot. We were speculating all during the season, talking about how these guys are free agents, and Tony Pollard got franchise tagged, Josh Jacobs got franchise tagged, Saquon got franchise tagged. All these guys are just kind of staying put, and then some of them are in trade rumors right now. But me and you were talking before the episode, like the market for running backs, don't nobody want to pay them.
Nah.
So they probably just end up staying where they're at.
Yep. Agreed. So I guess in the end, in real football, Chicago, big win. Fantasy, Justin Fields. That's a win for Justin Fields today. Get DJ Moore. Maybe they'll add. Who knows what they're going to get at the number 9 spot. But
couldn't the Panthers just traded all that and got Lamar instead?
I know.
I mean, they gave up everything.
I know. I'm looking at it now.
They gave up. Yeah,
24 first, man. I mean, they gave up a lot.
that's gonna be an early first too, because the Panthers ain't gonna be worth a crap.
Well, shoot.
That's probably gonna be another top 5 first next year.
Yeah. Yep. Damn.
I
All right,
mean,
man. Moving on. Let's go to Lamar Jackson. He got hit with the franchise tag by Baltimore, but Kraft, go ahead and what's the details of this thing?
non-exclusive franchise tag, so that means that other teams, aka the Falcons, can go and make a deal to the Ravens and say, "Hey, I want to pay. We want to give Lamar a 4-year, $200 million, fully guaranteed contract if they wanted to." And if the Ravens say, "Okay, deal, you can have Lamar," the Falcons would pay that 4-year, $200 million plus 2 first rounders to the Ravens, because that's just how the non-exclusive franchise tag works. You have to give up 2 first rounders for him. Or say the Falcons do that same deal, 400, 200 mil guaranteed, or whatever Lamar wants. The Ravens can just match that, and the Falcons or whatever team offered that just squashes their deal in total. So, me personally, I just think the Ravens they're a smart organization, and I think that they're going to see what the market is for Lamar, in my opinion. I think they just want to see what the market is. And, I mean, I want to hear your opinion on it. Do you think that Lamar deserves that Deshaun Watson deal, or do you think the Browns are just stupid for doing it?
I mean, I don't know. Like I've always said about that Brown situation is like they could never get a quarterback to. They would never ever get a quarterback to come to Cleveland. So I feel like you just got to do it.
They were desperate.
Yeah, like you just got. I mean, you're never gonna get somebody like Deshaun Watson. He's been in trouble. I mean, it's just perfect. Just throw the money at it, guarantee him. Lamar, though, man, honestly, like I don't really have a problem paying him. I like Lamar Jackson. I think he could be good. I don't think Baltimore's really even helped him too much, other than the fact that they have catered the offense to him, and you know they know how to run him. But I don't know. I mean, they got a new offensive coordinator in this year. I don't know, man. I just don't see anybody in the NFL well, I don't know, man. I don't think the Falcons will do it because that's the reason why we didn't go get Deshaun Watson or whatever. We didn't
They
guarantee.
tried. I think the Falcons would have got Deshaun if you remember last year it was between who was it, the Falcons and the Panthers or something like that to get Deshaun, and then out of nowhere, because they said the Browns were totally out, they were out, and then out of nowhere the Browns just come in with some crazy lucrative offer and end up getting him. And I mean, I agree. Like, you got to everybody's looking at the side of, oh, Lamar could go to the Falcons, but look at the downside for the Ravens right now. What happens if Lamar leaves the Ravens? They're not just going to let him out the door and start Tyler Huntley next year.
Right.
In a division with the in a division with the Steelers and the Bengals. And even the Browns be better than them if they want to roll out Tyler Huntley for years to come.
Yeah. I don't know, man. To me, Lamar Jackson's going to be with Baltimore.
I think so. I think he might sit, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I might be convinced of that, too. I could definitely see it now. I was kind of doubting it at first.
They actually got till July 15th to even make anything happen.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a waiting game. I don't think anything's going to happen. You're not going to look at the news tomorrow and the Falcons end up with Lamar Jackson. It's going to be a waiting game. And, for reference, Daniel Jones is making $40 million a year right now. Lamar's only going to be making $32 million this year on the franchise tag if he plays. And that's just a 1-year deal. So why would Lamar go out there, risk getting injured for a 1-year, $32 million deal, get hurt, and ruin his chances at a long-term deal after this year? He might not play if this franchise tag sticks. I don't know if I would.
It's tough, man. It's tough. I could definitely see him holding out.
Bottom.
At least starting off that way. All right, then let's just move it on, man. Derek Carr, 4 years, 150 mil with the Saints. So he went on that little visit to the Saints. I don't even know what heck. Right after the season, maybe during the
Yeah, really
playoffs.
early.
But then what's the deal? What did he do? He had a no trade clause, so he pretty much wasn't going to help Las Vegas out, right? Is that what the deal was?
No, so the thing with Derek Carr is, see, he wasn't a free agent, so he didn't have to wait until next week, which is Wednesday, March 15th is when free agency opens up, and it's the start of the league year. Every team has to be under the salary cap by next Wednesday. And thing with Derek Carr, he just got released. Raiders just released him, so he was just like me or you right now. We're just out on the street, so you can just sign us, and that's the way Derek Carr was. So he was just out there, and they signed him. And I think that was a good move by the Raiders to save a lot of money. And it really helped Derek Carr out. It seems like a bad move to cut somebody as a team, like a disrespectful smack in the face, but it really just gave Derek Carr say, hey, go out there early, see what kind of deals you can get.
Yeah, I think this is good news for Chris Olave. For sure. He had a good year last year. That was with Andy Dalton and Winston. What about Michael Thomas, though? I seen that the Saints, they were restructuring his deal again. I was like, what? I thought they would be done with this, but I guess bringing Derek Carr, they might want to keep him. He had those, 2 good games last year?
Unrosterable, man.
Yeah.
My new unrosterable guy.
Yep. I'm with you. I don't know, man.
Can't
Might
do
go
it.
if you can go get him. If you in I would I'd spend a 4th round rookie draft pick for Michael Thomas, maybe.
I'd probably do a 3rd rounder. I mean, they're pretty much worthless. Just to
Yeah.
see how involved he is at the start of the year.
Who knows? Maybe you can.
Like you said, the games he played last year, he seemed to still have it.
Yeah. So
But he never plays. So.
looks like the Saints done got their quarterback. So they're definitely the best team in the division right now. And then the Panthers got some hope. Heck, the Falcons got some hope, got some weapons and stuff like that.
What are the Falcons doing though?
I don't know, man. I never know. I don't even know what we're gonna do. We might get Bijan. I've been saying it. I would not even be shocked. It wouldn't even be.
Are they just happy with Ritter? I mean, they're like the one team that I feel like, you got the Raiders who's talking about maybe Garoppolo landing there or something like that. I guess the Falcons are just content with Ritter for this year. It seems
Might go get Caleb Williams next year. Might just have to.
They're just gonna rebuild for one more year.
Man, I don't know, man. I just can't even. We're gonna give. I guess we're just gonna get rid of the shot. My thing is though, if like Stroud or somebody like that, if Stroud happened to fall to 8 or whatever, because aren't we picking 8?
Yeah.
If we had him, if we had a chance to get him, I would be so mad if we passed him.
That ain't happening.
Richardson, I might would just be like, oh well.
Richardson could fall. He could fall.
I don't know if we're gonna go quarterback.
I don't think they would
I'll
unless,
be-
like you said, somebody fell.
I'd be furious if we went and got Will Levis. I'd be furious, like punch the refrigerator mad.
I do think they are lying about the Lamar thing. I think they're just playing a game right now because they did say that they're not going to pursue Lamar. But how do you pursue Deshaun Watson?
Yeah,
A year ago, I think they're just. I don't think they're going to get him because, like I said, I don't think the Ravens going to let him go. Because they can just match whatever the Falcons offer.
yeah.
The Ravens can. So, but I don't think the Falcons are not going to pursue. I think they will pursue Lamar.
Yeah. All right. Well, next, Daniel Jones reached a deal with the New York Giants. 4 year, 160 mil. What was the guaranteed? I forgot.
82
82
million.
million guaranteed dollars. Um, this is a good sign if you're a Daniel Jones owner, especially in like super flex leagues, stuff like that. Maybe in one quarterback leagues. To me, it's just like, well, let's just see what they do in the draft. I'm sure they're gonna get them some help, but they'll probably just only get better. I imagine with Brian Dable, Saquon's back. We'll see though. I don't know, man. Last year contract year, dude balled out. We'll just have to see how he does from now on with the contract extension.
I do got a question for you about the contract years. Are you going to look into that? Like, say, redraft season comes around. Is that going to be one of the things that you think about when you're drafting? Is like, what players are on a contract year?
I think I am just because I was thinking about Josh Jacobs last year. So even in Dynasty, I'm kind of looking for it.
Saquon was on one. Jacobs was on one. Pollard was on one. I mean, they all performed a lot better than they had in the past.
This year, it's like Dobbins, and he's coming off another year of that ACL injury.
Yep.
What's another one? There's
JT.
mm,
Jonathan Taylor
so
this will be his 4th year, so yeah, this will be his contract year.
yeah, he's about to go off.
I hope.
I'm thinking he might, but yeah. So what you think about this with Daniel Jones? Like anything to it? You want to add anything? Like it is what it is. Like I feel like we kind of saw this coming. Like he's like the next Ryan Tannehill to me. He's just like another one of them. Him.
It's a lot of money, 40 mil a year to pay Daniel Jones. It sounds dumb, but what if they let Daniel Jones walk? That's just them saying, "Oh yeah, great, we made the playoffs last year, and now we're starting over."
Yeah.
Like they didn't even have an early pick in this draft because they were a good team. If they just let Daniel Jones walk, it's just telling the fan base, "Hey, you know, it wasn't good enough. We're just gonna, just gonna start over." So they kind of had to do it, and he was playing with no receivers. I think there's a chance. I'm not a big Daniel Jones believer. It's just like he could step up and be the next Josh Allen type thing. But get him some receivers. See how he does when you open the offense up, because last year he played about as safe as you possibly could.
Yeah. Shoot, man.
And he was the turnover king before last year.
Mm-hmm. Agree, man. Let's just we got Geno Smith. Got him a little 3-year deal, 75 million. To me, good move by Seattle. That offense, I was completely wrong about the Seattle Seahawks as a whole last year. They DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, they still put up pretty good seasons last year. So, Geno Smith back for, he's at least going to be the starter for a couple more years. So,
Yep. And they kind of set him up too, where it's a good deal. Geno deserved it. He was probably going to get that deal with anybody. But I think they set themselves up too, where they didn't handcuff themselves of not drafting a quarterback. Like they could get Will Levis this year, just sit and then like let him sit behind Geno for a year or two and see if he's a thing. They could get Anthony Richardson if they wanted, if he makes it. Something like that. I don't know what the worth. We hadn't talked about this on a podcast yet, and I think this is something we should talk about. But Anthony Richardson with that combine, man, are you buying into the hype?
man, listen. It's like I was saying, like, go ahead, man.
I don't know what you're about to say. You said that just what I was saying, and then you coughed up a lung.
All right, look. Just because I don't buy into him as a NFL quarterback doesn't mean in fantasy Like you never know. Like he might just get in one of these little offenses that he goes out there and
Yeah.
Justin Fields that thing. Running a 4-4. Dude, he could put together. He might be the next like what Trey Lance was like supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like he comes in, he's gonna
Yeah.
run. This is what Anthony Richardson could be too. So I definitely see the reasons why the hype is there. Like I don't know, man. I think it things definitely changed in your super flex rookie drafts. Like he definitely moved way up the board. Man, I'm seeing him taking it like the 102. I mean, Bijan's still going one, but I've seen him taking it at the 102. Seen him taking ahead of Bryce Young. I mean, this dude was being taken
Yeah.
like at the 108, 109 before that combine. So,
Yeah. Like, best case scenario for fantasy, he's Cam Newton
yeah,
in his heyday. Worst case scenario, he's fucking Trey Lance.
right.
So, you know, Trey Lance was drafted at number 3 overall in the NFL draft. And Anthony Richardson, we got our rankings out now with our QBs that we dropped a couple weeks ago. But, depending on his draft capital is what I'm looking at the most. And that's really not just him, but all these rookies, really. Draft capital, it means more than – and draft capital and landing spot mean more than the talent of the players themselves, really. I mean,
Right.
if Anthony Richardson went to the Seahawks, he wouldn't be even close to he wouldn't be as valuable as he would if he went to the Panthers or the Texans, because he'd be probably starting first game of the year.
Yep. So I don't know. I don't really buy. We watched him play. I watched him play games with Florida. Man, he didn't really do jack. But Florida, they hadn't really been too. They've had like one good year since Tebow left for real. So I don't know.
But the difference between they want to compare him to like Cam and stuff. Like Cam won a national championship
It won
and
the
he was a badass in
Heisman.
college. Yeah, and I mean Lamar Jackson was incredible in college.
Yeah.
This guy Anthony Richardson, his combine looks great, and he was setting records at the combine, but the college statistics and the pedigree wasn't much to write home about. So,
Right.
and that's kind of what I look at the most is just the film and what did you do? Because I mean, Lamar didn't have the best talent around him
Right.
when he was in college.
Yeah. So,
He got drafted at number 32 in the NFL draft.
mm-hmm. I remember that.
Crazy. He could be RG3 also, by the way.
Yeah. Dude,
So I'm tough.
yep. Well, have you bought in?
I mean, I kind of agree with what you said. Like fantasy wise, I'm definitely higher on him in the fantasy world than I am him coming in and leading whatever team he gets drafted to relevance in his first year. Like it's hard to not score fantasy points. Like I really think if Trey Lance would have started for San Fran and was an awful NFL quarterback, he'd have been great for fantasy.
Right. Yep.
Justin Fields last year, like you said, I mean, Justin Fields did play pretty good compared to like what he had on his team, but you don't have to be great in the NFL to be great in fantasy. It's just how it works.
Shoot. I think the last one I got written down right here is Aaron Rodgers. We hadn't really talked about him too much. He went on his little darkness retreat, ate some shrooms, all that shit, and reflected. So, what do you think, Kraft? I mean, my thing is I don't know. I just like if I was like to put my money on it, I'd just say he's probably going to be at Green Bay. But I wouldn't mind seeing him in
Well,
New York.
actually, right before we got on, I seen a quote by Mark Murphy, who's the president of Green Bay, and they had him in an interview today asking about Aaron Rodgers. And his quote was, they asked him if he could see Aaron Rodgers returning to Green Bay, and his exact quote was, if things don't work out the way we want to, we would love to have him back. So the Packers want him gone. The president of the team, I don't know, man. I hate to just fall for the media games. Like earlier, I said I think he's going to be back in Green Bay, but as of right now, when you got the president of Green Bay Packers saying, we're ready for Jordan Love and we want to facilitate a trade. So I don't know. I hope he goes to the Jets. I really do, and I hope we get a shit ton in return.
That'd be nice for the Jets and the Packers, I guess.
I mean, I got my Green Bay shirt on. I got my Green Bay jacket on. And, dude, I give all the thanks to Aaron Rodgers, man. He was great forever. But this is NFL. It's a business, and this is just turnover. It's just time for – I just think it's time for a change. I'm ready to see Jordan Love in there, and I don't want to – you're having a hard time over there, ain't you? God dang. Oh, me. Yeah, I just want to see something different. We've kind of hit our plateau with Rodgers right now. So, and the Jets, they're burning cheeseheads over there just so that Aaron Rodgers will come. So, go over there and see what you can do.
Shoot, man. What else you got for us in the news world?
Robert Woods signed a 2-year deal with Houston. I think Robert Woods is going over there and Brandon Cooks is probably leaving. So, I mean, you kind of just got a replacement.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's just maybe a better situation for Robert Woods. Other than that.
Oh, Adam Thielen. Did we mention him?
Released. Gone.
Released by the Vikings. I could see him going to the Jets with Rodgers. They're actually good friends.
I go to the Bills.
The Jets might send Elijah Moore our way over to Green Bay. I don't know, but Rodgers gonna get. I was talking to you before the podcast, and I was like, I want to go ahead and call it now. I think Rodgers goes to New York, and then when free agency comes around, Allen Lazard goes to New York, and I think that's probably the best fit. I mean, you got Garrett Wilson, who's a smaller receiver, great receiver. You got Elijah Moore, who's not too big himself, and then I think Lazard would be a perfect fit. Great run blocker, bigger guy in the red zone, and you get Rodgers over there. He likes to recruit all his guys to the teams that he goes to, or with the Packers. We still got freaking Randall Cobb.
Yeah.
So, Randall Cobb and Mercedes Lewis and whoever else he wants. So, I can see it happening. But
right,
I do have some stuff about some players on the trade block right now. It doesn't mean that anything's gonna manifest, but the one guy I think is gone is DeAndre Hopkins. And do you have any prediction of where this guy might go?
I would say maybe New York. They need a wide receiver.
Giants?
Yep.
Patriots?
Man, they ain't going to. They don't believe in having
They
weapons.
need somebody. Jacoby Myers is leaving. I mean, they have absolutely nobody.
They gonna get somebody they might go get Zay Flowers in the draft, which I hate for Zay Flowers, but
Zay Flowers going to the Ravens.
Yep, could be. That'd be a nice one too.
So is that your guess? The Giants? Is that the only one you can?
I mean, it's gonna be something that I can't even think of. I mean, heck, it could be the Rams, for all we know.
No, it ain't the Rams. They're dumping everybody.
So
they didn't get rid of half their roster.
Yeah,
I feel like,
Well,
but
I don't know. I'm not really sure who's in big need of a wide receiver. I mean, you said the Bears earlier, but then they made that move today.
yeah, I don't think it's the Bears anymore. I'm gonna guess. I'll just go with the Giants with you or the Patriots. I think he can go to the Patriots. That'd be my two landing spots, and then the other guys that they're talking about a team that's just dropping everybody is the Titans. They then got rid of their all-pro center, all-pro guard. They got rid of Taylor Lewan, Ben Johnson. They got rid of who else? They get rid of? They got rid of everybody. Robert Woods.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like props to you. You said it when we were talking about ranking Tannehill and all these guys. You said the Titans are 1 year away. This was last year. You said they're 1 year away from rebuilding and tearing this thing down.
Cha-ching, man. It's over with.
Yeah, it's done. They're even trying to trade Derrick Henry, but I just don't.
All kinds
I'm sure
of
a team would love to have
There's
him.
all kinds of people wanting Derrick Henry to go to the Bills or something crazy. All these dream scenarios. You know,
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Yep, that would be crazy though.
Yeah. The Dolphins, I don't think he's that good of a fit right there, but
Yeah,
yeah. While we're on the trade block, though, you got Derrick Henry, like I said. Dalvin Cook is there. There's been a lot of interest for him to move with the Vikings. They're trying to create some cap space also, and they got Alexander Madison there. And I think we've talked a lot about Madison, saying that Madison could be the guy that goes. Like, say Madison goes to like the Broncos. I mean,
right.
Javonte Williams out for probably this whole entire year. Madison could leave, or the Vikings could get some compensation for Dalvin Cook, and then Madison could be the guy for Minnesota. So, if I was in a dynasty league, this ain't a buy low thing right now, but buy low on Madison.
Yeah.
It's starting to look up.
Um. Yeah. As far as Javonte Williams goes, says he could be healthy for the start of 23. You buying into that? Yeah, me neither. It's gonna
I
be
ain't doing
maybe a
that.
back half of the
They
year
said,
type deal if you're lucky.
they said that about Dobbins,
Yeah.
and Dobbins actually got hurt. I think Javonte got hurt like week 5. Dobbins got hurt before the season even started.
Yeah, in the preseason.
And Dobbins didn't come back till like week 7 or so, and then he sat out for a little while longer,
Yep.
trying to come back too early. And they got Nick Chubb on the trade block too, so I think all these guys probably end up staying where they're at.
Yep.
But you never know.
I think I'm with you on that, man. Anything else, man, before we just wrap this one on up? I feel like we hit the news. That's the news up until March 10th.
Yep. And I don't think we're going to mention this on any other episode, so I'm just going to mention it now because we were talking about the franchise tags and stuff. So, like Tony Pollard, he got the franchise tag for Dallas. So that means that Dalton Schultz will not get the franchise tag. So Dalton Schultz will probably be, if you got him in your dynasty league, that's something to think about, that he might not be back with Dallas. So, because we were all thinking, Dalton Schultz probably get the franchise tag, but nah.
Yeah.
He might not be back.
Might have to sell him right now while you can. Sell high. There's somebody who ain't paying attention.
I mean, he still could be back.
Could be. Yep.
If any team needs a tight end, Dallas needs one still. If he's gone.
Right.
But pick up Jake Ferguson on your dynasty free agency.
Yep. I seen a tight end get picked up in one of my leagues, but it wasn't Ferguson. It was a tight end from the Cowboys, but I didn't even know who he was.
Hendershot, probably.
Yep. I just saw him get picked up.
It's the wrong one. The wrong one.
But all right, man. Shoot, man. You ready to wrap this one on up?
Yep.
All right, then. Add the podcast 5-star review. Add me on Twitter at CrewMattHam.
Yep.
Shoot, add us on
Craft
everything.
Man, Pack Fan.
Exactly. Craft. What is it? Craft fan, pack fan. In the description, got the link in there. Click on it, take you right to it. But yeah, man, add us on YouTube, all that good stuff. So, anything else to say?
I posted my first tweet like 2 days ago.
Dang,
No response.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I missed that.
I need somebody to just respond to it so I can have a little activity when I get on my Twitter. Show a little activity in my feed.
Oh man, that's hilarious. I didn't even know that happened. That's funny. Just a regular old young whippersnapper now and entered the Twitter world.
Yeah.
All right, then, man. Let's. Heck, we out.
Peace.